Om Shanti. Last night or yesterday sometimes, when I was given this topic, I was wondering for a while, but then I asked some sisters that why this topic was chosen, and I was given the list of questions or experiences which many Baba's children have, and based on that they felt it's very important to have understanding about how to deal with one's own emotions. And so I thought this is a very interesting topic. Actually, when Baba comes, the understanding and the vision he gives about a human life, that human life began from the stage of perfection with 16 degrees of purity, everything 100%, 100% love, 100% full love, full peaceful. And many of us, I think most of us had, especially from some of the religious background and different ways, that it's not possible, because if there is no sorrow, how will you experience happiness? If there is no pain, then how will you experience relief? So it is necessary to have both types of experiences in life. And some got so addicted to this whole thought of that sorrow is also very important, and so we hold kind of that concept for the life, that you can never be free from all that. So you have to, some of these experiences they happen, you have to accept them. Some used to tell us accept them as gift of God, and some said it's karmas. But when Baba comes and he says, no, you have to be completely free. Right? Not only you have to be that, but also the world will be such where there will be no sorrow, there will be no unhappiness, there will not be any worries, there will not be any anger, no vice, right? Is there anyone who had ever thought that such could be a human life and such could be the world? Yeah? Anyone before coming to Baba had any of this thought? No? Everyone thought that, yes, some have more sorrow, some have less, some are more fortunate, some are less, but we never thought that you are 100% fortunate, you are 100% peaceful, you are. So it was completely new. But when we heard, each one of us, we were touched by that. It appealed very much. And one started thinking, but that's what kind of life I want, and that's the kind of the world I would want. And with that kind of appeal, we all decided to put ourselves on this spiritual journey. Right? It's quite far. I'm not seeing head moving, nor hands, nor... Something touched us as soon as, at least for me, it was such a concept. I thought, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Someone not only to make us understand, but someone who can give us power, someone who can be guide, someone who can be with us on this journey all the time and make us accomplished. And we set ourselves on this journey. I am on this journey for almost 52 years now, and many of you 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. And I remember when I came, I thought that I'm going to be perfect maybe maximum in 6 months or 1 year. And I have to be perfect, I have to be perfect. So in a way it was very good, because I remember that whatever corrections we were given, whatever teachings we were given, if my in charge Didi will say, look, you have this, defect, or you have this weakness. Oh, it's good you told me, because I have to get rid of that quickly. I have to be perfect. So there was such a kind of openness. There was no sensitivity of someone telling me. We used to say, thank you very much. It's good now. I know I will get rid of that. And then I came to know, at that time we used to talk about that world will end very soon anyway, so I have to be perfect, and golden age is coming, and so let me be on very fast effort maker on this spiritual journey. And now it's 52 years, and for Dadis it's 70 plus years, so it's quite a long journey. And in that journey, as our understanding grows, but also we start having a lot of experiences. So when I was given these questions and when I was reading those questions, I thought all of us have to, it's just like I'm taking master's degree, or I'm going for my thesis research to have doctorate degree. So there will be a similar kind of test, isn't it? You have to appear in examinations, and so that means there will be situations, there will be every kind of test paper will come, which we should accept and know that I have to pass this in test paper. But only good thing one can do to oneself is that I cannot do anything about test papers. I remember that some of the students, when they come home, and if they didn't get good marks, they always say, everyone was saying that it was very, very strict. The questions were really very, very hard, and they will always talk about something wrong with the question paper. But if you are a good student, my control is only on what I study. My control is not on what test paper I will get or not. You understand? So that means you have to make a personal choice here. By always saying why this happened, shouldn't have happened, it should be like this, it should be like that. Rather say, okay, it is like that, but how do I respond to that? Not only that, but how do I study more deeply that I have answers, I have solutions, I have power, I'm able to do it. That's the only control I have. Not only that, but the quality then of my, not only study, but quality of my journey. Because it's the quality of journey, And of course also this feeling of that I'm able to pass with honor. Not only just pass marks, but situation did come. I got 70%, 80%, but I am not questioning anything. Because if it has to happen, drama is like that, or I have to settle karma, so situations will come. All different areas. Internally, self, relationships, your accomplishments in the life, your assignments which you have been given, how you do into all that. So only control I have is on that how sensibly, how wisely I travel. In the same way, like when you leave home, each one of us left our place of residence in whatever country, and when we start journey, we really prepare ourselves well, knowing what could be the possibility. Like some people have travel sickness, some have less, some say I need this, I need, so you prepare yourself that in case whatever happens, I'm able to keep myself okay, keep myself safe, and I should reach destination without being hurt. But other aspect is about, your own inner space, your own self, inner. We say that soul is point of energy, so there is energy, right? Say soul is point of light, point of energy. Quality of the energy should be pure, which we know. Because in this spiritual journey, purity is very important. And of course sometimes, or it has always been, purity in the sense of being viceless, or purity in the sense of very clean, not holding anything. But this purity of energy, pure energy, is something very important for my own well-being. And it's also very important for me to be an instrument of Baba. Because if I can take care of my own well-being, if I am able to take care of myself, then I can be a good instrument, because then I can help others. So this understanding of pure energy in the form of thoughts, in the form of feelings, in the form of emotions, in the form of attitudes, this energy is which really transcends. This energy really is which, affects us in the sense of, as I said, that your feelings. Now, when in the beginning, Baba, a few years ago, Baba said, have good wishes for everyone. Then he said, have pure feelings for everyone. Or have pure drishti towards everyone. Have pure vritti or attitude towards everyone. Your action. So it's expression of your energy into different ways. Starting from, that's why we start with awareness. I remember one very good point. Few years ago, I was in Oxford, and then I was sitting with some of us, as we used to have sometimes RC meeting there. She said that, she used the word smriti, and it's a track, like we say memory track. So same as awareness track. And she said, if there is anyone's remembrance in that track, just imagine how can you connect with Baba. Or anything else which has bits and pieces have been left in you because of any situation, and it's kind of disturbing that energy. That energy is not flowing there because of whatever you are holding. How can you really have that connection and relationship with Baba? And I think we all know that. That's why a very simple thing is we say, consider yourself to be a soul and remember Baba. But I'm taking another aspect of that pure energy is very important. Lot of people, we hear that many things happen in life because it's a blockage of energies, whether it's internal energy blockages, and it does affect us in many different ways. Sometimes some people have very beautiful relationships, and some people, they always get stuck. Something or another, and we say it's a flow of energy. Even, to have this pure energy, not only in my awareness and attitude, then I let this pure energy pass into everything. Whether I touch anything, whether I do anything, whether I see anything, but it should come from this pure energy. So when I'm saying this pure energy, I'm not again saying like, big things, but even very, very subtle things. If they are bothering you, you're holding it, you're not able to kind of cleanse yourself properly. So we can say it, let's say, each one of us, when I check my stock, when I check my inner treasures, and in that stock if I find something which is not valid, which is very old, stale, what we do, even in Lokik way, if you go in stock and you check, then what is not good, you say, well, let's get rid of that, isn't it? But there are some people, they say, oh, it might be useful later on. No? One day I asked some people, how many of you sort out things often? So people do it. So you sort out useful things and which is not useful. But very few people throw what is not useful. They say, let's keep it. No, in one of the Murli Baba recently said, you say, let's keep my pocket money. That means let's keep aside, maybe at the right time I can use it. But very few people disposes of old stuff. You will find from the living room, from your bedroom, they move into garage. But to come out of garage takes another few years. Because we say, let's keep it, let's keep it. And then I remember even in our place, where we sisters live, that we moved, this is very good, new thing came, then old ones move it here, then move here. It doesn't go out very soon. It's until like it is replaced completely, then we say, oh no, we shouldn't. That also we always think, maybe give to someone else. No, just to throw it, get rid of that. So when you look inside, at least few things I would suggest at this time are very important is, if there is any kind of subtle anger in any form, whether you are frustrated, whether you are irritated, whether you are disappointed. One day I asked class in Peace Village to make list with word D. Difficult, disappointed, disillusioned, discouraged, anything with D. And there was list of 30 Ds, which everyone thought we need to remove it. You understand? Disturbance, I get very disturbed. Everything is very difficult. I am disillusioned, I am disheartened, it's very discouraging. So I said, make a list of D and get rid of that. So any kind of, and generally that anger could be from your own self. Your expectations from yourself are not fulfilled. It's a very important to think about expectation from one's own self. How do I compromise? How do I progress? And how do I deal with these expectations from my own self? I should be always like this, or I shouldn't be like this. There are a lot of expectations. And internally bringing, for me, I don't really, so many things, even I remember that Dani Janki, whenever she sees anyone, I think it happens with me, she always have something she wants you to do more. And so you say, but I'm doing my best, and now she wants something. So this expectation, and then you start expecting from yourself. And if you are not able to do that, then you are disappointed that, oh, I'm not able to make it. But for me, I always say, a good effort really means that you are taking another step, another step, another step. And if there are 20 steps, I will only make another one, and then one, then one. So every time I should just definitely feel that I am progressing, the change is happening, I am moving forward, which is very important. But not burden yourself, but how in a pure way, spiritual way, bring that drishti of Baba on yourself as Baba looks at you. How sweetly, how lovingly, how gently, how Baba gives you drishti. And keep that drishti on yourself as Baba looks at you. Let me look at myself that way. In my life I have used that so much, because see, when out of love, sometimes out of fear, sometimes attachment, people always try to create an image for you which you should hold. And for me, how can I hold the image you want me to hold? I am going to only hold my image, what I feel, isn't it? And my best source is God. My best source is my parents or Baba as guide. So the vision which Baba is holding for me. So Baba's drishti is a very powerful tool. There are certain efforts, they are effortless efforts. You understand this term? Effort, every action, every step you do is effort. But it's effortless effort, that means natural. So one of the practice of bringing Baba's drishti, seeing yourself as Baba look at you, is effortless effort. That means the attainment and the experience which counts really is you not doing anything. You understand? So every time just bring that drishti, and internally then you relax. Relax in the sense of you move forward based on that, instead of, I'm trying to satisfy this one, or this one now making good comments, now other one. I remember one of the blessing when Baba used to call us on stage and say personally, not 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but 20 minutes. And one time there was a big conference, many VIPs had come, and Baba gave me two blessings, but one of blessing which I always remembered, Baba said that as much you move towards stage of perfection, that much love will emerge in everyone's heart for you. You do not have to strive to get anyone's love. You understand? That means if I say, oh, why this one doesn't look at me with love, why this one doesn't love me, why the... Baba said, you move towards stage of perfection, and souls will love, because what they love is the stage. What they love is what they're receiving as vibrations, or whatever way they're receiving. And since then I find that this whole thing of whom I am going to please or not please, whether this one saying, it could be lot of work there. But let me move towards my stage of perfection. What will emerge in everyone's heart will be love. And that love is very pure, because that love is emerging not because I'm trying to be loving, I'm trying to be kind, but from this stage of perfection. It's very, very important. So this expectation from the self, sometimes, if they are not fulfilled, then many souls who are disappointed. But I would really say that there is nothing to be disappointed. I always say, if Baba has chosen me, his eye is upon me, my failing is Baba's failing. If I fail, so I always feel that Baba won't let that happen. That doesn't mean I am careless or I am overconfident, but I take that as a support by saying that my success is Baba's success, and Baba's success, of course, is my success. You understand? Do you relate to this? That a teacher would definitely want that my all students should be passed with high colors, no? Every teacher. So that's really Baba will help me at every step, so that I succeed. I am passed with honor. So if you feel that support of Baba, support is not only when there is difficulty, there is situation, but true support from Baba is for your spiritual journey. And that support is always there. My becoming perfection is accomplishment of God, because He got another being who has become ready or becoming ready for His new creation. It's God's work to create a new world, and each one of us being part of that creation is His interest. Baba has a lot of interest in me, because as much I become, or we all become perfect, His task is getting accomplished. You understand? So this way, expectation, or even as I said, that what some people say, but others expect from me, what to do about those expectations. But we shouldn't sit with that heaviness about this. Or, some people said because things are not just, justification is not there, or sometimes it's more judgmental, and because of that, holding the anger. But see, if I'm holding any kind of anger, whom am I hurting? Hurting my own self, no? I am the one who is losing. So why should I hold that? Any kind of anger in any way, as I am saying. So it's from time to time, whenever these kinds of emotions emerge, because a lot of things are very deeply connected with the roots of our sanskars. There is one soul, she always feels I am discriminated because of my color. And for me, I never feel that. Whether I am at airport or I am in immigration or whatever they do to me, I never feel it's because of discrimination. I always say, I smile and say, They say, sorry, we have to do this to you. And I always say, well, what you're doing is your duty. You must do it properly. You know that in United States, if you have loose clothes, so you are not only going through this security machine, but you are always padded. And it's very unpleasant experience that you take 5 flights in 10 days and every time you are gone like, in and out of flight, you don't feel good. But why should I feel bad? You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's a law, it's a security person, but if you are in a good energy, they keep saying, sorry, we had to do it. And they are gentle with it. But if you are very hard inside, it's discrimination, and they're doing it because I'm wearing sari, because I'm Indian, because I'm brown and all that. The vibrations are not good. And when vibrations are not good, then other party also have more fear, like you holding something from them. Even its emotions maybe. So it's the sanskars also create that projection in our mind by saying, this is not fair. I haven't been treated fair. But I feel, I don't know, for me, I always feel, I don't feel that I'm not treated well. I always feel some or other, whether at airport, whether in Brahmin family, from Dari, each one of us, that yes, there is a very, very beautiful relationship. See, that means you have to create that energy in you which pulls that kind of behavior of people. You understand? I'm using energy or vibration, but it's really, even if whatever karmas I have to settle, but at present, one of the best way to settle also is to keep your vibrations. Because when you are keeping that pure vibrations, like someone I remember used to fix our computers, and some or other it happens that wherever I am, I have very little difficulty with computers. So this person said, your computer doesn't give a lot of problems because your vibrations are very good. So I said, that's something very interesting. So everything around you really will be working based on these vibrations. But if you are holding, I'm being discriminated, it's not fair, that's not justice, that's not this, subtle form of anger, annoyance. But that energy will provoke that kind of attitude, will provoke that kind of drishti on you. So even we say that your settling of karmas is through remembrance of Baba. But settling of karma is also internal process where I say that whatever it is, but I am the one who is going to hold to the purity of that. I'm going to hold those pure vibrations. I remember that when I came in Gyan, I was young, and one woman came, she was angry because her husband was coming. She was very angry, and I was listening and feeling very sorry for her. Then I said to her after some time, can I bring a glass of water? She said, what you mean? You're not upset with me? So I said, I don't know. What's your problem? I'm trying to understand. And there was such a change in that woman, because she thought, I'm getting so angry, and this is when she's just like innocently hearing everything. Because I knew I'm not the cause of her anger, but if she's angry, I must help her to find out why are you angry, So it is very important for Baba's children not to hold on to someone's behavior, someone's attitude, it's for my own benefit, is for my own ascent, my own progress is important, that I don't hold that. And a time comes that you don't even notice it. You understand? A time comes that you don't, because your sensitivity is reducing to capture or to receive this kind of attitude from people. You say, well, it's your behavior, it's your attitude, it's all right. But rather I'm helping other one to bring that change. How people come to you is not what I have to look at, but how they leave when they go from me. That's my duty, isn't it? You understand? It's not I say this one came in this mood, but came whatever mood this one came, but when left. But sometimes because we are reacting to their energy, we're not trying to kind of help into that situation. So anger of any kind. And second important thing is there is fear. There is so much fear. I remember that Janki always tells me you are the most brave person in the world, because when I used to come out, went to new countries, passed through immigration, you will be surprised that I went to England without visa. Can you imagine? 2 years I didn't get, Dr. Imla had to leave. They said, come. I said, how do I come? So I knew some of the ambassadors. I was in Germany and I took the plane. He said, it's a gambling. If you want to do it, do it. So I came with a very little bag and they said, where is your visa? I said, at that time there was no visa. They used to call Commonwealth requires an entry certificate. They call it EC. So I said, well, I don't have. But then how you can go? I said, but I want to go. So it took 40 minutes. I don't know, whatever they kept asking. But finally they let me go and they gave me visa for 6 months. So that he always says, or people always say when you walk through immigration they can't stop you. When you walk through, they always say that as you are the boss, you go to hospital, people think you are doctor. I go to court sometimes once, twice as a young person to support when they thought I am lawyer. No one thought so this. But I know what it means to have fears. You understand? That means we all have fears. Those fears might not be gross fears, but your new assignment can be that. Or you could be positioned in a way you say, very subtly you have to keep checking if there is any fear. Am I responding in fear? Am I interacting in fear? It's like you precondition your mind with subtle fear. And really if you make yourself free and don't project, because when there is fear, you are projecting that fear. We are so scared of animals and animals are so scared of us. We don't realize that they are more scared of us. We think we are scared of them. You must have seen, as soon as we see, like in Peace Village in town, there is a time they have these bears. So town people say, let them go, let them pass, they won't. But when you are running, you are scared. You run, they run after you thinking they have to do that. But they're not chasing you, rather they feel they are saving themselves. So they say, you walk, you walk, you walk. They will never. So anything, whether it's with the nature, but when you act in fear, the reaction which comes is more fear. And when it's more fear, that means there is more danger, right? So how this quality within ourselves of friendship and love, then fear. Very, very subtle fears. What will happen? Will this happen or not? This might happen, that might happen, but stay determined, and you know that it's drama. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, but I'm not going to think in fear. Very subtly, very subtly you have to check that is there any fear. It's a it's an energy which really blocks lot of beautiful things in you. As I was talking about that when people say I'm not able to be with Baba, I'm not able to be this, it's only because these are the things which are blocking. And one could be fear. And third important is sorrow. Any kind of sorrow. Because there are many situations, and mostly, as Baba also says, a good person doesn't give sorrow, but a good person takes a lot of sorrow. If you sit with a good person, he will tell you all stories of sorrow. I was so kind, this was one not kind, I did so much, but this one didn't do it. A good person should have good stories or stories of sorrow. A honest person should have successful stories or always say, look, because I was honest, I was deceived. What's the story now? There's no story in that honesty. Story is only because I was honest. Look, how did it work? A good story, there was a time we used to have storytelling here, and good story of a value is that how did value work? Good story is not that because I have values I am suffering. And 80%, 90%, maybe more in the world always will say, you know, this all happening to me because I am very honest. So what you trying to say? Because honesty without wisdom won't work. If you are wise and also you are sensible, you can never be deceived. But if you are only honest, there are so many people, they say, because I spoke truth, this happened. That means truth's power didn't work, otherwise it should work. So this is how taking sorrow is such a big subject. And one day one has to decide in life, I am not taking any sorrow, whatever happens. Why should I hurt myself? If I am a good person, I am always doing good. And I am always hurt because other one is not good. But if other one is not good, why should I be hurt? At least my vibrations, my aura around should be such that no one should be able to hurt me. You understand? No one should be able to hurt me. We have Brahma Baba's example that even someone comes to kill you, should change mind. We have example from Dadiji, that very, very dangerous kind of situation. Nor there is fear, nor there is, you are never hurt. So this taking sorrow, because you have to say, but I didn't do anything wrong, why am I going to take sorrow? So, as you are determined what start happening, as I said, that your receptivity change, your sensitivity is that you don't some or other feel it. Baba gives many examples that if somebody gives you a gift and you don't like, you just say thanks and give it back. So same as if someone's attitude, someone's ways, because some or other within Brahmin family we have maximum karmas, you know. Those who stay with you have maximum karmas with you. Whether, of course, in Lokik, but spiritually also. And I remember when Dari Janki, I said, Dari, it's very difficult. Other person is so strong. And I never in my life shout. I never have heard somebody shouting, even in my family. I never heard somebody shouting. And she said, it's very good. So I said, why is good? She said, because you won't have attachment. Attachment is worse, she said, than having, to deal with something which is very strong. And since then I realized it's true, because even with Brahma Baba, he used to say, Baba, these two souls doesn't get along. Baba said, oh, that's very good. Say, what is good in that? Now you two separate so that a new center can open. If you have attachment, you say, I'm not going. So will service increase. So Baba never saw conflict as immediately say, oh, that's good, you go. Oh, you're not happy here? Okay, go to this town, go do some more service. But if you have attachment, you hold on to each other, create a comfort zone and you don't want to move. So anyway, one thing is that you have to be clear. But also one important, which is something which really erupts the emotions, is your own inner conflict. It's not that things are coming always from outside, but your own inner conflict, in the sense of you are not yet decided, you're not stable, you haven't accumulated enough of your that energy or those kind of nature. So inner conflict, today I was thinking that that's the worst thing. One is external conflict, but one is always inner conflict. Whether I should do it, not do it. This is right, this is not. And that's where we have to put our energy, our understanding in such a way that I can be in peace with my own self. I can experience peace within. And if I am in peace within, and I am peaceful, it's very easy to deal with external conflicts. Any problem, any issue, when it touches you, once it touched me, I will never find solution. Because that situation has now become part of you. You know, when I realize that a situation becomes part of you, you lose the power to resolve that. You understand? That means that's where I liked recently when Dari Janki said very nice that we are detached observer, but we are not in company of Baba, be detached observer. And I liked very good point, because you are only detached observer. But if you keep Baba's company and be detached observer, so then you have more power to deal with that than just be detached observer. So I was thinking that out these four things, anger, fear, sorrow, and inner conflict. I think if we clear ourselves internally, but there are many branches connected with that. You know, as I said, anger could have different kinds of provocation. Some people get provoked so quickly. Baba says simple things, remain set on your seat, and we get upset quickly. We leave our seat. Baba says, where is your seat of self-respect now? So now is the time, with very simple practices, that if I have still traces of these, which I think we all have in percentage, every time we sit with Baba without efforts, let Baba's rays of light, Baba's rays of love heal the soul. Let soul forget everything, let go of everything. And every time it's like a new energy of love, enthusiasm, understanding. As I said, one of the effortless effort is really to sit, like when you are under shower, you don't make efforts. But when you have to have bucket and mug, and then whatever it is, every time you put in little, then you put in little. But once you are under fountain or shower, you don't really make efforts, you enjoy it. Baba is the one. I always tell Baba, you are the one who put me on this journey. So Baba says, but that's fine, now you come and sit with me. That I say, oh, I'm busy, I don't have time, I don't have concentration, all that. But if you can really forget everything and say, Baba, I'm under your canopy. And create that canopy through your pure thoughts, so that you can feel it. And it does work, I'm telling you, it does work. So today you should make a list of what effort is effortless and brings original attainments. Some of the attainments are remedies. I was not feeling good, I went to Baba, there was a situation, I went to Baba, Baba helped. These are like short-term remedies. Unless the soul has attainments, you understand? Unless soul has attainments, there will always be something else we need to go to Baba. And for me, I give an example that when Avek Babdada comes, there is a time people bring, somebody said, oh, I have a gift, I have a card. They think they will get extra 1.5 minutes. I never take a card or gift. I said, if God has to give drishti to my gift, rather He gives me. Even if I have 1.5 minutes, but if I have 1.5 minutes, half minute Baba has to acknowledge what I brought, so I'm losing half a minute. You understand? Because if Baba doesn't look at what you brought, you will say he didn't accept, so he has to say, oh yeah. So you lost your half a minute, right? So, but if you just say, okay, no. So same happen in relationship with God. Every time we go, we have taken either oh, it's very good, so I want to offer bhog to Baba now. I want to have more yoga. Today Baba resolved this, tomorrow you do this, bring me this, give me this. I say, no. I don't want to go with any baggage to God. I just say, Baba, I am here. Do whatever you have to give to the soul. You understand? And what soul has taken will make the changes. That will make the changes because the soul is becoming Satopradhan. So when soul is receiving from God, not, as I said, temporary fixing or temporary... Lot of Brahmins still go to Baba, Baba, I have this difficulty. And when I go in front of Baba, child, you have any difficulty? I smile because in front of God, what could I say? There is difficulty. I just smile and say, Baba, everything is very good. So what will Baba say? Blessed child, everything is good, so it's over. You understand? It's a secret of relationship with God that every time you go, you have something. Yes, to offer something is fine, Baba. We used to come to Brahma Baba. Some he used to love. Many of us could go to him as many times. He was so happy because we always had happy news. We used to think how to give him more good news. And there were some always kind of like, so Baba said, okay, make appointment after 2 days. But Baba, I really want to talk to you. No, after 2 days. Because Baba knew that there will be another complaint, there will be. I'm not saying one thing that Janki had been teaching us and I feel is very important, that no one should be heavy. If you want to talk to something, talk about it and be clear. But I'm also talking about how one time I was here 2 months and Dadiji, loving, we met so many times a day, but never really gave me time. I said, Dadi, give me 5 minutes. I have really something. She said, you will never have anything. You never have anything. I took it as blessing. I said, if you think that way and you say it, and after that really, when Daddy asked if there is anything, I said, I don't have anything. Daddy has said I never have it, so I don't have. So sometimes you live on those blessings. You don't see it that they didn't give you time, but they see it that they don't expect that you will be stuck anywhere. So if they don't expect you will be stuck, so I also say, they expect it, I am not stuck. So sometimes you have to take high jump by taking that as a blessing. But also, as I said, it's important if you need to communicate, talk, be light so that you're not holding and affecting your yoga or your stage. So it can help to clear, sort out. That also is very, very important. So anyway, I think that there is a lot of more details, but can be a lot of experiences on which maybe we will have a session other time that if this kind of situation comes, then what you do it. But I'm just taking it very generally that there are certain very ready-made recipes, some very, very powerful tools. And now is the time really to use them and you feel those blessings and move forward with those kind of blessings. I think also very, very important. So I know that there was little bit expectation in some that I'm going to take on situation on each. If you have this thing, somebody says if your senior does this, and for me, senior also is an effort maker. Is a better effort maker for me, from me, because she is senior. But also it's a giving and taking, Why I always want senior to be in the best stage and I am not? For me it's fine. I remember there was a time when Dani Janki was not, she will just make a call and I will just take flight and come. At that time I don't think as a senior what she needs from me, but I just said, no, I have to be there. So sometimes our image about seniors also in a way is that it has always to come from them. I mean, I was very close to Mama, and medically, like few last months, I was the one who was handling lot of things, and because I knew that that kind of support at this time, even if it's not, they need that support, is very important. But if I say no, because she's senior, she doesn't this, because she is this, we shouldn't forget that we all are effort makers, and wherever we can be kind and compassionate and giving, we should be very human in that. We are godly, but we have to be human in certain aspects. Body is still body, right? So how we share that kind of common feelings so that we don't, somebody said, because my senior doesn't, I get disappointed. I don't. I immediately said, can I just send some good vibrations? Can I send, so that I can also, because any time some big karmas can come, if I have saving, what's there for me to give to anyone? So you should never be, because many basically always say, because my in charge, my senior. I don't think my in charge ever affected me in any way, because I have seen them for 50 years in their efforts, in their settling, in their various situations and all that. But I always was on their side. You can't rely on me for anything. You don't have to say, but we are here for you. So some of the questions are really connected with the anger because of not, I have a lot of specialties, and they are not being used. And for me, I always say that I didn't have any specialty. I don't know why. Then I realize it's because they could trust me. So trust has become more special than just a skill or expertise. Yajna needs honest person, a trust person, a truthful person. And that's why when two young people came to me, Brahmins, and said, is it good to have a good brain or good heart? I said, best is to have both, good heart and good brain. What she meant, that she was very simple nature, and other instrument was very intellectual. Good heart one is able to develop, she became very smart and clever. And good intellect always has problems, difficulties. So good heart and good intellect both are important, but at least when you have good heart, your capacity to learn is there. But if you have only good intellect, you could be very critical, your expectations from others, your efficiencies could be burden on others. You don't know what's happening. So good heart is something also will help you to have good intellect. So this is how at this time is the time we can go in details, but also use these, as I said, Baba's drishti on you. Some people say we always hear that, but I don't know how much you have done and experimented. Carry this God's love, God's light and might, and see how wonderfully things. And thirdly, maintain your own pure vibrations. Whether it's good wishes, whether it's pure feelings, whatever, it's your pure vibrations will make changes into many situations, We don't call them as, in the sense of miracles. We can say they are miracles, but we don't say it. But they are really happening from our Sattva energy, which is very, very important. So now we will have, is Daddy Janki coming for class, right? Yes? Okay, so we will have meditation, and I think, yeah, she's coming. I just want to, just 5 minutes or 7 minutes, just help you with meditation, and then I have to leave. But I thought let's get into at least 1 or 2 experiment of effortless effort, right? Om Shanti, and thank you. Sorry.